I just bought a car. Hello everyone. This is the part of the video where I say I'm not trying to brag. Don't get me wrong, I'm very proud of myself that I was able to go out and buy a car with my father. This is strictly for entertainment. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But like everyone puts these at the start of their videos and I didn't want you guys to think that I was bragging. So I'm not bragging. Also, at the end of the video, I will go kind of a little bit deeper into the logistics of buying a car if you guys are curious as to more of the like specifics of my experience. If you want to like hear about refinancing, stuff like that, boring stuff that you probably only want to watch if you're actually going to buy a car, or if you're just curious, go ahead and watch it. Educational purposes, work that brain. Enjoy the video, y'all. Bye. Good morning, everyone. It's 10:14 in the morning. My phone just betrayed me because it said like a little notification and I clicked it to dismiss it because I don't want to look at the notification. And it was a software update and I clicked install now. So I couldn't order my Starbucks. Very hard life. Anyways, we got the Starbucks. My voice just cracked. And my dad got a freaking, what the heck is that?
It's an Irish cream cold brew.
Yum. Today is just about the most exciting day I've ever had in my entire being. Right, Dad?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's how he has to address me. I am bringing you guys along to buy a car with me. Let's empty my wallet together. We are headed to a car dealership right now. I already have a car in mind. We have looked at prices. Some are higher than others. We had a few dealerships in mind. One was like borderline Los Angeles. We're doing the closest one first. They have actually the one I really want here. I want to test drive it. And fun fact, it's actually the same exact car, but gray, as the one we're driving in right now. So I've already driven my dad's car quite a bit because he has allowed me to do that. I didn't just steal it. And oh, it's also raining a little bit. Uh-oh. I love how this car drives. It gets great gas mileage, which is a big plus because I drive a lot. I don't know. I just really like how the car feels. It's very smooth. It's roomy, but small and compact at the same time. I've always said that I wanted an SUV, but gas mileage on those are horrible. Unless you buy like a hybrid, and SUVs are expensive as it is, and I think a hybrid is more expensive. So that was just not the route to go. So I think the Prius is great. I have my eye on a 2015 gray Toyota Prius. Hopefully it isn't raining at the dealership and we can actually make this video, or it's just my intro. So I will talk to you in 2 seconds for you. Goodbye. Forgot to update you. I also got a bagel from Starbucks. I recently found out they had bagels. They're so good. Highly recommend the plain bagel with cream cheese. See you at the dealership. Goodbye. We got here faster than I thought we would. I'm trying to chug my coffee. Half left. Oh my gosh, the biggest brain freeze ever. Is there somebody coming?
No, I was just looking.
We're basically waiting for a salesman to run up to us and be like, do you want to buy a car?
Once we step out of the car, they'll be right there.
They'll be right there. So we pretty much walked up to the one I was looking at online. It was really easy to find. We actually drove to the new car lot on accident, and I'm not buying new. So we walked over to the used car lot, which is really close. This is the exact one I saw online. I was a little worried that like someone would have test driven it or bought it in the past couple days and they just hadn't updated their website. But I really, really like this one. And the trunk is like lighter cloth. Oh, there's a stain there, but that's okay. So this is the newer model, the one behind us. I like this one. This is exactly what my dad has, and I'm just used to driving this. And I think if all goes as planned, I'm gonna get this one. It has more speakers, he said. That was optional. I think these are pretty much everything I'm choosing from, just the lineup of used Priuses. My dad's looking at Kelley Blue Book, which is like this website that gives you really honest advice for when you buy a car. So I think it'll tell you like the ideal price if you're buying a Prius used. So he's trying to compare it to the price on the piece of paper in the window, which is higher than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, I just test drove the car. I liked everything about it, except like the wheel alignment seemed a little bit off.
Really?
Like the steering wheel, but I don't think that's something that can't be fixed.
Yeah.
I think I'd get used to it. I think I'm just used to driving his. My dad was like, he's like the negotiator today. He did this total face, which you know, like he's trying to get a point across or something, and he was like, yeah, I think if it comes out right, we could definitely maybe get it today, to the dealer guy. And I was like,
this is our first stop.
yeah, he goes, this is our first stop, but it might be our last if the price is right. So now we're in the actual sales office, and whenever someone, like, I've watched a ton of these videos where people buy cars, they're always like this because they're like secretly recording. So I don't know how much I'm gonna actually be able to record in here because there's probably like a lot of confidential information in this room right now because I'm special. I get to get access to that. I will obviously give you guys an update when I can, so hopefully I will be able to get a couple clips in here, but I don't know. How you feeling?
Good, excited.
Just a little update. This is the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. It is really interesting having somebody here that's bought a car before, because I've never done this, so I would probably get like a horrible price and not know how to negotiate it. My dad was just like, yeah, okay, so this is the first time he's coming back, so he'll probably come back with a sticker price. They're not gonna like come in the first time and be like, here's an amazing deal. But the guy did say they're still having their Black Friday deal, so I'm interested to see how much that changes, or if it'll be the price I saw online, because the price I saw online was discounted and the one I saw on the car wasn't. So I feel like he's just gonna come in and be like giving me the same price that I saw online, and I was like, oh, that's what I was expecting coming into it. First timer, not experienced. I saw the price online and I was like, cool. And then you walk into the dealer and it's thousands of dollars above that, and you're like, but it said something online that's different. So we're not getting tricked today. We're getting a good deal. Right, buddy? Thumb more?
I want to get it, I'll try one more time to get it even lower. And then we'll be able to refinance in a year or so and we'll get it even lower. But I want to get this lower right now.
I'm learning so many terms today. I'm revealing to Dad what I thought was, to my dad, you're not his child, what I thought was the cringiest part of his negotiation process, when he goes, you know, we were gonna go to 3 Toyota dealerships and this is the first one. So what I'm implying is that we could leave if you don't give us an offer we like. I love the first car we test drove. I test drove. Second one, no. We just put in what I think is the offer that is gonna get us a deal. How does it feel, buddy? What?
It's good. Yeah, it's exciting.
This has basically been a roast session about my dad's credit score the whole time.
It's good to do that.
The big moment.
I feel like I didn't do the best job negotiating for my son.
I know. Okay. Congratulations. Let me finish the paperwork.
All right. Thank you. I just bought a car. Hey, I want to text Grandpa that we got the deal. It's kind of crazy because I came with him in the car, but I'm leaving in a car alone because I bought one right now. The new owner's manual in the hand of the owner of this Prius. My dad thinks the manager of this place wanted to punch him in the face. My car! Oh my gosh. It's here. Oh my gosh. Hello. I never filmed right here, but you know what they say. New year, new place to film. So as I said before, I'm gonna talk a little bit about what kind of happened behind the scenes, I guess. I don't know. There were obviously some things I couldn't film because like whipping out a camera when you're buying a car would be super weird and probably illegal. I wanted to talk first about refinancing. That is something that was brought up multiple times in the process of buying my car. Basically, refinancing is like in a year after you buy the car, you go to the bank and say, hey, I've paid this much on the loan, so the loan that you get from the bank is significantly lower than it was because you've made payments on it for a year every month. And if you had like not a great credit score when you got the car, then your credit score should improve if you're responsible with it over that year where you're making the payments. So the loan will be lower, you'll owe less on the loan, and your credit score will be better. So everything will look better on your end, and the bank will look at it and be like, oh, you don't have to pay us as much each month then, so here's a new monthly payment. And basically our hope and our plan is that in about a year we're gonna go to the bank and do that and hopefully get a lower monthly payment, because we didn't get the payment, we didn't negotiate it as low as we wanted it to. We did get it significantly lower than what we started with, and that's another point I wanted to make. Negotiating when you're buying a car is super helpful. It's super helpful to have somebody there. My dad co-signed for me. Obviously, I'm super grateful for that. This is my first, like one of my first real experiences dealing with credit, and so obviously that's something you don't want to screw up. So my dad's also an accountant. I don't know if you guys knew that, but he works with numbers all the time, so he has vast knowledge regarding credit, so that's great for me because I can obviously learn that. I test drove 2 cars. I did not only test drive the one that I got when we were kind of crunching the numbers on the one that I loved, the gray one, which is the one I ended up getting. We were briefly, very, very briefly considering a white one. This is actually one that my grandpa had sent me the night before. The newer model, like it felt so much lower when I was driving it. It felt so much tighter, and while we were test driving the newer model, the guy was like, oh, this one's a lot more roomier than the one you were test driving driving before, and I was thinking like, no, it's not. It feels so cramped in here. I do want to do a car tour, so I don't want to give too much away about like the interior or whatever, but you've already seen it in this video, I guess. So the newer one, just my preference. Like obviously if I got a car that didn't have this, I wouldn't like throw a tantrum, but the one that I got has like this center console that I love, like where the gear shift is, and the newer model doesn't have that. Like none of the other models of the Prius do, and I love that because it's really easy to like rest your arm and do the gear shift. Whatever. I'm definitely gonna do a car tour unless you guys comment down below saying you don't want that, but I think people like car tours, so hopefully you do. Everyone probably knows this, but I'm just gonna say it. They tried to get us to add on so much stuff. There was something called gap insurance, which is basically, I don't want to like give you guys information if I'm not super knowledgeable on it, and obviously this was my first run-in with, not the law, that sounds like that phrase, run-in with buying a car, so I'm still learning myself, but they did try to sell us gap insurance, which I believe is like if your insurance, like your car insurance, like State Farm, Nationwide, Allstate, whatever, doesn't cover the entire cost of your car if you get into an accident and total it, or even just do some damage to it. Gap insurance will cover the rest, and it was like an extra $1,000 or something like that, and I was like, no. Obviously that wouldn't like be coming out of our pocket right then and there. It would be added to the monthly payment. It was crazy what they wanted us to add, because basically we test drove the first car, we went into the sales room, we were in there for at least a couple hours, probably 3 hours, and during that 3 hours we test drove the newer one, and then after I thought it was all done, we signed the papers to literally buy the car, and then they brought us into another room for like an entire additional hour, and I was like, yo. And that was the last thing before I actually went into the car and drove it home. Another thing they tried to sell us was a warranty for however long or however many miles. It would cover certain things. We didn't get that. We didn't get the gap insurance. We basically, I don't think we added anything on. It is like, I don't love confrontation, and it was very, I don't want to, like, we didn't fight with them obviously, but when you're trying to negotiate a price, they obviously don't want to lower it because they're making the money when they sell the car, and you want it lower because you're paying for it. So it's kind of like, you kind of inevitably have to butt heads with them a little bit. My dad handled pretty much all the negotiations, which was very nice, because if I would have done it alone, I don't think I literally would have been able to get the car with my credit, because this is like going to establish my credit buying the car. I've been talking for almost 8 minutes, and I hope this information was useful to you. I just wanted to mention these things. Trying to think if I have anything more to say. I don't know, I'm just super grateful that I was able to even get a car, and I hope that this video was entertaining or useful or just beneficial to you in some form, and I will see you guys on Friday at noon with a brand new video, noon Pacific Standard Time. I'm uploading on Tuesdays and Fridays now, so I will see you guys then. I love you so much, and I will see you then. Bye. I just drove this car for the first time. I absolutely love it. It's so much quieter than my old one, especially when it's just like stopped. You can't even tell it's on. It's honestly a little scary. I just pulled up to my friend Melissa's house. She does not know that I got this car. I told like nobody, because I want to like pull up and have people be like, where's your car? And I'm like, this is it. This is it, honey. So I'm gonna go see Melissa right now, and we're gonna surprise her that I got this car, and hopefully she'll be excited because she gets to ride in it. Yay.
Hi.
This is the reaction of the surprise.
Okay.
Should I tell you?
Backwards?
Should I tell you?
Yeah, I guess. Wait, where are you parked? Wait, you got a new car?